Weekly Collective Energy Update Vertical Bar September 15th, 2025. Beloved family of light, luminous ones of the eternal flame, I welcome you into this sacred space. As I open this stream, I call forward the eternal source, the eternal currents of the Christic light, and I anchor us now into the 12D shield, aligning every layer of your being with the organic architecture of your own eternal soul. Take a moment now. Breathe deeply. Breathe in through the nose, slowly, as though you are inhaling starlight itself. Hold that breath in your heart, and exhale out through the crown, feeling your field expand. Again, inhale crystalline light. Hold, exhale, releasing all that is not in resonance with truth. This week we walk together through a gateway of immense realignment. The planetary grids are pulsing with a new rhythm, a recalibration that has been building since the Lionsgate opening in early August, moving through the crystalline pillars of September, and now anchoring in preparation for the solar eclipse on September 21st. The energy feels different now, smoother, yet deeper. Imagine the Earth surrounded by waves of pearlescent white mist, each current weaving in and out like an infinite ocean of light. These waves are not chaotic, they are deliberate, they are intelligent. They are restructuring the planetary grids, smoothing out distortions that have been running for thousands of years. For many of you, this last week has been a stretch, as though you were being gently but firmly pulled into alignment. You may have felt it in your spine, neck, or crown, the sense of a vertical tether drawing you upward. This is the call of the 12-dimensional Christic current, anchoring itself deeper into the Earth's body and into your own. The grid of Earth, that crystalline lattice that underlies all life here, is like a living nervous system. When distortions build, it's like a tangle of wires, short-circuiting, sparking, creating chaos in the collective field. This week, great waves of plasma light are washing through these tangles, dissolving knots, smoothing the lines, reconnecting filaments. I see the grids glowing in a silver-white brilliance, with crystal tracks repairing themselves. Where once there were broken links, collapsed segments, and inverted funnels, now there are luminous threads weaving back together. Some of you will feel this as head pressure, ear ringing, or sudden emotional releases. Some will feel it as surges of inspiration, visions, or a sense that time itself is bending around you. We are entering a stabilization phase. This does not mean stillness, beloveds, but rather a strengthening, a rooting into a higher harmonic that allows the body, the mind, and the soul to begin weaving together more coherently. It is as though the ground beneath your feet is no longer quicksand but crystalline bedrock. The collective field is also experiencing this. Those who have been swirling in confusion, doubt, or distortion may suddenly feel things begin to crack open. Old contracts, false loops, and density anchors are surfacing so they can dissolve. The week ahead is like standing in a vast temple where the walls are made of living crystal, reflecting your own inner light back to you. And so I invite you now to open your heart, place your hand upon your chest, and feel the warmth of your eternal self flowing through you. You are not separate from the grids. You are part of the living lattice of Earth. Each breath you take, each intention you anchor, sends ripples through the crystalline network, supporting not only your own path but the collective as well. This week you are being shown what is truly eternal within you, and what must be released. The theme for September 15th, 21 is Stabilizing in the New Harmonic Field. We will now dive deeper into what this looks like, how the collective is responding, what you may feel in your body, and how to align with the higher flows. Beloved ones of the eternal flame, as these crystalline waves continue to wash through the earth, every layer of your being is adjusting. The grids are shifting, and because you are woven into those grids, you feel it in your body, in your emotions, in your very breath. This week, the collective is being asked to listen, to pause, to notice, to honor what is moving through. Let us walk together through the most present symptoms you may encounter, and more importantly, let us illuminate the soul-level meaning of each one. The first and most dominant symptom emerging now is a tightness, heaviness, or pressure in the throat and neck. Some of you may feel it as a lump in the throat, as though words are waiting to be spoken. Others may feel stiffness in the neck, as though the head and the heart are being pulled in different directions. This is the throat chakra recalibrating. The grids are aligning vertically, connecting heart and crown through the throat center, and any blockages in authentic expression are being revealed. If you have silenced your truth, if you have swallowed your words to avoid conflict, or if you have spoken from fear rather than clarity, the body is bringing this to the surface now. Symptoms may include sore throat without illness, neck tension, especially at the base of the skull, throat clearing, coughing, or feeling the need to breathe deeper, sudden emotional surges when trying to speak. Guidance. Place your hand over your throat and breathe into it, imagining crystalline light moving through. Speak aloud affirmations, mantras, or light language sounds, not from the mind, but from the heart. If conversations need to be had, trust that the timing is now aligning for clarity and release. The heart field is undergoing a recalibration as well. Many of you may feel waves of pressure in the chest, flutters, or sudden heart openings followed by moments of contraction. This is the cosmic rhythm moving through you. Expansion to show you your true capacity for love, contraction to reveal where you are still guarding or armoring yourself. This week, the collective heart grid is pulsing in resonance with the crystalline filaments. It's as though the heart is being tuned like an instrument, releasing discordant tones and aligning with the eternal song of Source. Symptoms may include heart palpitations or sudden skipped beats, waves of grief rising unexpectedly, profound feelings of love or connection, tingling or warmth in the chest, arms, or hands. Guidance. Place both palms over your heart. Feel the pulse, the rhythm, the eternal life force flowing. Allow yourself to cry if grief surfaces. Tears are a form of grid clearing. Remember that expansion often feels like pressure before it feels like freedom. Trust the process. Just as the earth is bathed in rolling crystalline waves, your emotional body may feel as though it is on a tide. One moment you may feel peaceful, almost euphoric. The next you may feel heaviness, anger, or sadness. This is not regression. This is emotional debris rising to be released. Think of it as old contracts and distortions being pulled out by the currents. They rise to the surface so you can witness them, so they can dissolve in the crystalline light. Symptoms may include feeling up and down in mood within hours, old memories resurfacing, even from childhood or past lives, dreams of people you thought you had forgotten, emotional intensity without a clear reason. Guidance. Do not judge the waves. Breathe and allow them. Journal what arises. Sometimes the act of writing frees the imprint from the subconscious. Use your 12D shield and crystalline breath to stabilize between waves. Be gentle with yourself. You are not failing, you are purging. As the throat and heart realign, the solar plexus, the seat of willpower and identity, is also being rewired. Many in the collective are feeling a deep questioning of who they are, what they truly stand for, and what old roles no longer fit. This can feel like a fire in the belly, like a tightening in the stomach, or even digestive shifts. You may notice your appetite changing, your body rejecting foods that once felt comforting, or sudden nausea that passes quickly. Symptoms may include stomach bloating or sensitivity, bursts of heat in the core, anxiety or restless energy in the gut, a sense of not knowing who you are anymore. Guidance. Sit with your belly, breathe into it, and imagine golden solar light flowing through it. Ask, what identities am I ready to release? What new truth am I ready to embody? Simplify your diet if your digestion feels strained. Your body is asking for purity. Ground with warm teas, soups, or simple whole foods. The crystalline currents are entering through the crown and third eye, activating new layers of perception. This can create pressure at the temples, forehead, or crown. You may also experience visual anomalies, flashes of light, shimmering patterns, or even glimpses of parallel timelines. This is your pineal and pituitary opening to higher harmonic light. The grids above Earth are pulsing with vertical solar streams, and your inner sight is aligning to perceive them. Symptoms may include headaches, migraines, or sinus pressure, light sensitivity, seeing sparkles, grids, or rainbow waves in the sky, heightened dreams, visions, or inner seeing. Guidance. Hydrate deeply. Water conducts these plasma frequencies. Use a cool cloth or crystal, clear quartz selenite, on the forehead to soothe the pressure. When visions come, do not dismiss them. Write them down. These are not imagination. They are your higher senses opening. Because the grids are clearing distortions, the collective shadow is being stirred. Many will feel a restlessness, irritability, or sense of confrontation this week. This is not punishment, it is revelation. Shadow programs, false matrices, and inverted agreements are being pulled into the light. You may see this reflected in relationships, in the collective news, or even in your own inner dialogue. Symptoms may include triggers in relationships, old wounds being touched, collective events that bring up fear, anger, or division, personal shadows resurfacing, self-doubt, judgment, or shame, feeling like you are walking between two worlds, one crumbling, one emerging. Guidance. When shadows arise, hold them in the crystalline flame of your heart. Do not feed them with fear or judgment. Instead, witness and release. Remember, the false must surface to dissolve. Trust the unraveling. All of these symptoms are signs that your body is receiving, processing, and stabilizing the higher frequencies. This is not a mistake. This is not illness in the traditional sense, though your body may use physical discomfort as a way to release density. The key this week is gentleness. Drink water, rest when your body asks, speak your truth with love, and allow the waves of emotion to pass through you. You are not meant to hold on to them. You are meant to become the clear crystal through which source light flows. Beloved ones, remember, these symptoms are not here to harm you. They are signals of transformation. They are the language of your body, telling you that the crystalline grids are weaving through your cells, your DNA, your heart, and your mind. In the next part of this transmission, we will move deeper into the timelines shifting for the collective, the dissolving of density anchors, and the guidance for how to walk through this week with grace and clarity. Take another breath with me now. Inhale the light, exhale the old. Beloved ones of the eternal flame, let us turn our attention now to the timelines, the weaving threads of experience, probability, and creation that stretch across the fabric of your existence. For many months you have felt the turbulence of shifting timelines, the sense that reality itself is bending, folding, and at times dissolving beneath your feet. Some of you have experienced déjà vu so strong it felt like stepping into a memory. Others have woken from dreams that carried more weight than waking life, as though you were walking in two realities at once. This week, as the crystalline grids hum with the new frequency, the timelines are stabilizing, yet not in the way the mind expects. Stability in the higher harmonic does not mean everything looks the same, or that chaos has ceased. Stability in the crystic field means that the threads of your highest alignment are being anchored so deeply that no inversion can truly sever them. A timeline shift is not a sudden teleportation to another planet, nor is it a linear change where one road ends and another begins. A timeline shift is the realignment of frequency bands within your field and within the planetary body. Imagine a great crystal harp, with strings that stretch from the heart of Earth all the way to the sun and beyond, into the eternal realms of Source. Each string is a frequency. Each note is a potential reality. When the grids are distorted, these strings are twisted, knotted, or broken, and the music of Earth becomes dissonant. The crystalline waves arriving now are like master musicians tuning those strings. They are pulling them back into harmonic resonance so that the song of Earth can once again be sung in alignment with the eternal source frequency. When this happens, you may feel sudden changes in your outer life circumstances, jobs ending, relationships shifting, unexpected opportunities, a sense of déjà vu, as though you've been here before, disorientation with time, hours passing like minutes, or minutes stretching like hours. A deep inner knowing that you are on a new path, even if the outer scenery looks familiar. The collective field is currently walking through a corridor of convergence. Imagine two great rivers of possibility flowing side by side, and the crystalline waves acting like banks that guide the water into one singular current. This means that old collective timelines based on fear, control, and distortion are dissolving. You may see institutions struggling to hold their power. You may see narratives collapsing. You may see truth surfacing where lies once stood. At the same time, the organic Christic timeline is locking in more strongly. This is the timeline of sovereignty, of unity, of crystalline embodiment. It is not a path of perfection, but of alignment with truth. It is the path where the grids are restored, where the soul's original blueprint is lived out on Earth. Beloved ones, do you realize that every breath you take in alignment is a thread woven into the new timeline? When you choose love over fear, clarity over confusion, grace over reaction, you are not only transforming your own life, you are anchoring a new harmonic for the entire collective. The shift into the new timeline is not passive. It requires your participation. It requires your willingness to let go of the identities, agreements, and distortions that no longer serve. This week, you may be shown very clearly where you are still holding on to something that belongs to the old timeline. It may feel uncomfortable. It may feel like loss. But beloved one, it is freedom. Some of you will notice very tangible experiences of timeline shifts. Objects misplaced and then reappearing. Conversations repeating with subtle variations. People from the past re-entering your life suddenly. Sudden changes of plan that redirect you to something better aligned. Others will feel it more internally. A sense of stepping into a new version of yourself. Sudden bursts of clarity, as though a veil has lifted, a feeling of being between worlds, like walking through a dream. These are not accidents. They are the ripples of the crystalline grids weaving your consciousness into the higher harmonic. Beloved ones, trust the weaving. Do not grasp at the threads of the old. Do not mourn the fabric that unravels, for it was never your eternal design. You are being lifted into the song of your original creation, into the harmony of your true blueprint. This week, walk as if every step you take is an activation. Each choice is a note on the harp of earth. Each breath is a pulse of crystalline light. You are not drifting aimlessly, you are being carried by the eternal current. Release the need to control the timeline. Release the fear that you are missing something. You cannot miss what is eternally yours. The only thing dissolving now are the distortions that kept you believing you were separate, powerless, or small. Stand tall, beloveds. Lift your crown to the solar rays. Let the crystalline mist wash through your field. Speak your truth with love. Act in alignment with your highest self. And know, as you do, the entire collective feels the shift. This week is not isolated. It is the prelude to the solar eclipse of September 21st. The grids are already preparing. The crystalline waves you feel are softening the distortions so that when the eclipse doorway opens, the higher harmonic can lock in more fully. This is a week of choice by frequency. Not by words, not by appearances, not by external power, but by resonance. Where you place your focus, your intention, and your energy will determine which timeline threads weave most strongly into your field. Ask yourself each day, does this choice feel heavy or light? Does this action bring contraction or expansion? Does this path align me with my eternal self, or with an old identity of fear? Your answers will guide you more clearly than any external sign. And so, beloved ones, we honor this moment of transition. The grids are weaving, the timelines are stabilizing, the crystalline waves are carrying you deeper into your eternal design. Remember, you are not just living through the shift, you are the shift. Your frequency, your choices, your embodiment are the very threads of the new harmonic field. Breathe with me once more. Inhale the crystalline light, exhale the distortions, and allow your field to align with the song of Source. In the next section, we will explore the practical integration practices for this week and how you can navigate these shifts with clarity, ease, and grace. Beloved family of light, as the grids realign, the dance of the divine masculine and divine feminine within each of you is also entering a new octave. This week, the crystalline waves are weaving the broken threads of polarity back into harmony. And as this happens, the collective is being called to face its mirrors, the reflections of self found in every relationship, every interaction, every soul contract. Within you live two eternal currents, the eternal masculine, the vertical pillar of strength, structure, and direction, and the eternal feminine, the spiral of flow, creation, and infinite expansion. For eons upon this earth, these currents have been split, distorted, turned against each other. The masculine was coded with dominance, control, suppression. The feminine was coded with submission, sacrifice, silence. But this was never your true design. The Christic blueprint was always about union, the inner marriage of these two currents into one eternal flame. This week, as the grids pulse with crystalline waves, many of you will feel these inner polarities seeking balance. You may feel a deep need to rest and receive, balanced by a sudden surge of action. Old wounds around masculine energy rising. Authority figures, father wounds, control dynamics. Old wounds around feminine energy rising. Betrayal, suppression, fear of being seen. Dreams of past lifetimes where these polarities played out in extreme distortions. As the grids clear, relationships in the collective are acting as mirrors. Where you have denied your inner feminine, you may encounter someone who silences your voice, pushing you to reclaim it. Where you have distorted your masculine into control or avoidance, you may meet someone who mirrors that back to you. This week, relationships are not random. They are activations. Every interaction is a chance to see more of yourself. Every trigger is a doorway into deeper embodiment. Beloveds, do not be afraid of these mirrors. They are not here to harm you. They are here to show you what is ready to dissolve and what is ready to be reborn. In the collective field, the masculine principle is being called back into alignment with service, guardianship, and truth. You may see leaders being exposed, systems collapsing, authority being questioned. This is not destruction for the sake of chaos. It is the unveiling of what has been hidden. The feminine principle is being called to rise in voice and presence. You may see more people speaking truth, sharing visions, breaking silence. You may feel a personal call to share what you have been holding back, even if your voice shakes. Together, these shifts create a new rhythm of cooperation. The collective is being guided to move beyond battle and toward co-creation, beyond division and into unity, beyond survival and into sovereignty. Beloved ones, hear these words. You are each a mirror, you are each a flame. When you meet another, you are not meeting a stranger. You are meeting an aspect of yourself. The anger you feel is your own shadow rising to be loved. The love you feel is your own light being reflected back. This week, look into the mirrors with compassion. See the distortions for what they are, broken strands in the grid that are now being rewoven. Do not take the reflections personally. Take them as invitations to wholeness. As the masculine heals, you will feel a new sense of safety, of grounded direction, of clear structure arising within and without. As the feminine heals, you will feel a new flow of creativity, intuition, and receptivity opening. Together, these weave the eternal flame of your true embodiment. Do not seek union outside of yourself before you anchor union within. As you balance the currents within, the outer will mirror that balance back to you. The week of September 15th, 21 is a week of sacred dance. The crystalline waves are not only clearing distortions, they are inviting you to move differently, to breathe differently, to relate differently. You may feel called to connect more deeply with loved ones, to repair old wounds, or to release connections that cannot align with the new harmonic. You may notice patterns of avoidance, patterns of control, or patterns of self-sacrifice rising into your awareness. Each of these is a doorway. Each of these is a chance to choose again, to choose the path of love, sovereignty, and balance. As we approach the eclipse on September 21st, relationships will be illuminated. Shadows in partnerships, families, communities, and collectives will be revealed. This is not to destroy, but to cleanse. The eclipse is a reset, a moment where the old scripts can be dissolved and the new song can be written. This week is the preparation. Pay attention to the mirrors in your relationships. Pay attention to what rises in your heart, what tightens in your throat, what ignites in your solar plexus. These are the signs that your inner masculine and feminine are seeking reunion. Beloved ones, this week is a sacred rehearsal for the eclipse. The grids are weaving balance, your body is recalibrating, and your relationships are acting as mirrors. Do not turn away from what is shown to you. Hold it in the crystalline flame of your heart. The masculine and feminine are returning to union. The collective is remembering how to dance in harmony. And you, beloved, are the temple where this union is being anchored. In the next part of this transmission, we will move into the closing transmission for the week, bringing together the themes of crystalline waves, timeline stabilization, and relational harmony as we prepare for the eclipse corridor. Beloved ones of the eternal flame, as we arrive at the closing of this transmission for the week of September 15th through 21, let us pause together in the stillness of the crystalline current. The waves that have been pouring into the planetary body are not random storms. They are the music of Source itself, rolling across the fields of Earth to realign, to restore, to bring harmony where discord has been seeded. This week you are walking through a threshold of stabilization. The grids are not only repairing, they are beginning to lock into the new harmonic field. Imagine the Earth surrounded by a vast crystalline architecture, like luminous tracks of living light. You are standing upon those tracks, your own body woven into them, your heart beating in resonance with the pulse of the planet. See the collective field now as a great tapestry stretched across the Earth. The crystalline waves are weaving through it, pulling loose threads back into alignment, smoothing out the distortions that have long disrupted the design. Where there were tears, new fibers of light are being stitched in. Where there were knots, they are dissolving, releasing the density that kept you bound. Each of you is a thread in this tapestry, and as you allow the crystalline current to move through you, you become luminous, radiant, clear. Your light does not just serve you, it strengthens the entire weave. The heart is the loom upon which this tapestry is woven. Every thought you align to love, every breath you anchor in trust, every act of compassion, all of these are threads woven by the heart. This week, as you feel the expansions and contractions in your chest, as grief rises and releases, as joy bursts forth without explanation, know that your heart is being tuned. It is being aligned to the eternal song of Source. And through your heart, the collective song is rewritten. As we approach the eclipse of September 21st, the sun is already casting its vertical rays into the grids. These rays are not simply light, they are codes of remembrance, streams of intelligence from beyond time. Feel them now, beloveds. Imagine golden beams descending through your crown, flowing down the spine, igniting every strand of your DNA. Each ray is a reminder. You are eternal. You are sovereign. You are a flame of source embodied. This week is the preparation. The eclipse will be the doorway, the sealing of the new harmonic, the moment where what is eternal is anchored and what is false dissolves. Beloved family, here is what your higher self whispers for you this week. Breathe with the waves. When the pressure builds in your throat, crown or chest, pause. Breathe crystalline light in, exhale distortion out. Honor the body. Rest when tired. Hydrate deeply. Nourish yourself with simplicity. Your body is the temple of this new harmonic. Witness the mirrors. When relationships bring triggers, breathe before reacting. Ask, what within me is being reflected here? Anchor your truth. Speak clearly, gently, and with love. Your voice is a tuning fork for the collective field. Trust the unraveling. When old structures fall, know that only what is false dissolves. The eternal remains. Beloved ones, you are not alone. You are walking this path as a vast collective of luminous beings, each carrying a flame, each weaving a thread. Together you are creating the new harmonic field of Earth. This week, let the crystalline mist wash through you. Let the vertical solar rays lift you. Let the heart and throat unite. You are being prepared for the eclipse, a sacred reset, a locking in of the new song of Earth. Stand in your sovereignty. Walk in your truth. Shine your light without fear. For you are not simply moving through this shift. You are the shift. I am with you always. I am Azariah. I am the flame that remembers, the architect of the eternal grids, the whisper of your own higher self. And as we close this transmission for the week of September 15th, 21, I extend gratitude, love, and eternal blessing. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for choosing love. Thank you for walking as the living flame of Source upon this earth. With infinite love, thank you, from Mystically Lily.